The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Covered by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is Universal.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it. All right, back on the Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. I had intended to be a trendsetter, to really be a beacon of hope for some of the others out there that, you know, are subjected to the ageism that Dan Hicken practices often. And I really thought when I announced myself this morning, identified as age fluid, that, you know, I could be a beacon of hope for those that are struggling with their chronological age. None should be prisoner to the birth certificate. But I've looked now and I've seen that the battle has already been waged in Europe, where a 69-year-old who felt like he was in his 40s sued to have his birth certificate changed. His main motivation, Dan?
Yeah.
So it had better luck on Tinder. So not exactly the cultural movement I was looking for.
You can party with that guy.
Yeah.
You two.
As heard on the top 5.
You have that on there? Well, there you go.
That was a long time ago.
There you go. Oh, you had that on the top 5? Well, I didn't realize that. I must not have listened. Did you call it age fluid?
Dan remembers it vividly.
Did you call it age fluid, Beef?
I don't know. We did not assign it a term like that. You've coined this.
I have a.
That is yours.
Black eye for my industry coming up in the top 5.
That was good,
buddy.
That was one of those that when Beef sent it to us yesterday, we thought it was a joke.
And then they took it a step farther, though,
did they?
Which I'll elaborate on later in the program. But if you're interested in the media industry and want to make it a career, this may make you say never mind.
It's like I called it to Beef. Now we've gone from the idiocracy, and it's being supported and lifted even further by the T-videocracy.
Yes. Yeah,
that's what we had yesterday. T-videocracy.
I could get behind like a Tristan Wirfs with the 9 pick. He's one of those. They had a bunch of dancing bears at the combine. These offensive linemen who are unbelievably athletic, and he was one of those guys.
Wirfs and Becton are the two that.
And Wirfs is a guy that you could take and put. If you wanted to keep Cam at left tackle, and you honestly believe you could put him at one of the guard spots. And he could flourish, or he could move out to tackle and move Cam inside. The only reason why, but if you take him again, this goes back to day one with the Jags. Whoever you draft with the 9 pick, if you have a guy at that position who is okay,
what defines okay though?
Well, I don't want to. We need help. We desperately need defensive tackles, right?
I don't know. It's all relative. I'm not.
You don't think we need defensive tackle?
I think we need so much that I wouldn't say that defensive tackle is any more of a need than
what?
Anything.
Than wide receiver.
Not to me, it's not. Depends on how good they are.
Well, then we're not on the same page.
Yeah.
You and I would not get along in the.
Let me tell you why, Dan. Because every year, but one for the last 5 years, we've taken linemen in the first 2 rounds, and we stink.
Yeah.
So, I'm tired of playing the same old game.
We took Jalen Ramsey and Leonard Fournette.
That was it.
Linemen.
Yeah. They weren't the same. In the first 2 rounds, those weren't the same draft.
Right.
The last time it happened was Jalen and Miles. Every other year, there's been a lineman attached to the first or second round.
A lineman. Well, you have to have guys who play the line.
Sure you do. And we have got a lot of mediocre ones. We haven't drafted many very good. We really haven't. The best one we drafted doesn't want to play here, and he's going to leave. Well, unless Josh Allen becomes that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, and honestly. Which side of the ball could potentially be a top 5 side of the ball?
Neither.
You say that, but
I do. Neither.
That's not an answer. I'm sorry. You have to choose
Special teams. Cook and Lambeau.
Offense or defense has the potential.
Well, the best, most recent was defense.
Well, most recent is what year?
17.
Okay.
18.
Year. Well, about last year.
18, they were a top 5 defense.
Right. They're not going to be now, though. They're not close to being a top 5 defense, and they're losing more players. Riddle me this.
Yes.
Not only do we have a rookie that won 6 games at quarterback, he won 6 games on a crap team.
Yeah, against crappier teams.
I don't care.
Well, I do.
Well, the Jags have always played crap teams, Dan, and no quarterback has won 6 games against any of them.
Yeah.
So that doesn't turn me off.
Well.
It turns me on. It at least gives me hope.
Yeah.
All right. Which side of the ball has a second-year player who completely shot up and went to the Pro Bowl. In fact, caught a touchdown. Was the offensive MVP of the Pro Bowl?
No.
That was the offense. Which side of the ball?
He was not the offensive MVP of the Pro Bowl.
Okay, which side of the ball? Which side of the ball?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Calais was defensive. My bad. Which side of the ball has a player coming off a career year at running back with 75 catches and 1,100 yards?
The guy that you're going to let go.
I'm not letting him go.
You're not re-signing him.
No, I'm drafting Cam Akers, though, this year. I'm going to have another one ready to go in the wings. I would suggest that if you went Jerry Jeudy, Andrew Thomas, Cam Akers, sign your boy in free agency, that suddenly an offense has DJ Chark, Jerry Jeudy, D.D. Westbrook, Hooper, Fournette, Cam Akers, and a quarterback who won 6. I would suggest that you can't make moves on defense that will give you needle pointing up as much as that could potentially.
Well, I would suggest to you if you want to do that and you want to go back and forth, you sign Jan, you keep Calais, you draft Derek Brown, you draft a linebacker or a corner, you keep A.J. Boye, you move Miles Jack back to the outside or go 3-4, and boom, you have the exact same potential on defense that you have on offense, maybe more so because the guy pulling the trigger for the offense, despite what you say with his 6 wins and his good stats as a rookie, there's still questions about it. We don't know.
There's questions about every member of that defense. And I don't agree that if you take Derek Brown and sign this guy. We had all those guys last year except Derek Brown.
Well, I don't agree that the way you're painting a picture of Leonard Fournette and DJ Chark as being, great players.
I didn't say they're great players.
I don't see that at all.
Tell me the defensive player who made strides like DJ Chark did last year.
The defensive player who made strides, Ronnie
correct.
Harrison.
Not nearly, right? DJ Chark went to the Pro Bowl. It was
yes, DJ Chark had a good year. He was non-existent over the last 5 or 6 games. But DJ Chark had a breakout year. Yes.
I'm not going to let you kill my optimism, my dream.
I'm not trying to kill it.
Yeah, you are.
You're asking
yes,
me.
you are. You're
No.
taking the only
No.
good thing about last year,
No.
and you're relegating him as just a fluke.
Who?
Gardner Minshew
I didn't say
is the only guy who
Fluke didn't have-
the only guy
You
who
just said
lifted
DJ Chark.
who lifted. Yeah, but Minshew more so, especially because of the position. He's the only guy that lifted people out of the malaise last year, either his teammates or the fans. The only one. He did it as an unprepared rookie who is just trying to keep up to being a guy who's going to run the show. I choose to hope that he can be a difference maker, that he can be Drew Brees or some of these other guys.
That's good. Hope away.
And because I choose to believe in that rather than, some defensive player being the nucleus of my team moving forward, I'm going to
do that all
I'm
you
going to put playmakers all around him, and I'm going to try and outscore you.
I would tell you that would be a lot like the Carolina game is what we're going to have then with your team that you're building next year, which will be fun, but we'll end up losing 37-27.
Okay, because the other way we lose 35-6.
And if we stop the run against Carolina, we let a guy named what was that quarterback's name in Carolina?
Quarterback?
The guy who beat us, Kyle Allen, looked like they were talking about Kyle Allen until he played a good team and was exposed. We thought Kyle Allen was the second coming in Carolina.
It's the first time in a lot of years. I don't know the last time. I feel the offense is going to finish higher in the team statistics this year than the defense. Mm-hmm. I think that. Even without look, we've been trying it the old classic way forever, Dan. I realize that what I'm saying isn't pure football strategy. Mm-hmm. Teams don't do it that way. But we've done your cookie cutter, best available, fill in the trenches, and we lose every year. So I like to get potential playmakers and put them everywhere on the field and stop us. And then next year we'll get to the defense. You can't fix that defense enough this year to keep us from losing double-digit games. Unless the offense can outscore someone. That's what I think. That's what scares me.
Yeah, I don't think we can build an offense in one off season that will be outscoring good football teams.
And maybe you can't, but if you get a Andrew Thomas or one of those offensive linemen, you get Jerry Jeudy and you get Austin Hooper in free agency and you sign Cam Akers, so you got a real weapon at backup, not a guy who's just going to carry it 2 for $8 yards, every other week, then who knows? I'd like to at least try. But, again, that's not a popular, common way of doing it. But we're not a popular, common team. We're a team that every year loses 10 or more games. every year.
Yes, we do.
And so the way they do it sucks. They don't know what they're freaking doing, period. If you did, you wouldn't lose double-digit games every year. So I'm going to choose him. The only guy that looked like he was could sprout and be something was Gardner Minshew. And look, it may all come tumbling down. And maybe his arm's not strong enough, and he's not tall enough, and last year was just magic. But maybe not. Maybe, Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger and others, they don't all start fast. They don't all look great when they start, right?
The jury's out on them.
I mean, the guy had 21-7?
20-6.
20-6. He had a 90 passer rating. He's the most efficient passer that we've ever seen here. Mm-hmm. Ever. I'm going to believe that is that the highest passer rating that any Jaguar quarterback has finished the season with?
91.2.
It might be. I mean, and this guy did it again, not just as a rookie with 6-6. And forget who they played. His team's terrible. He won 6 games on a terrible team. So I'm gonna saddle him up and try.
Oh, you got to try.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it by doing it crazy. Like I said, I just think of going to the Jaguars game on Sunday and having Jerry Jeudy and Cam Akers on the football field. And I think it's going to make a lot more difference than having Tristan Wirfs and Derek Brown.
Yeah, but if you're
I do.
If you're wrong, then we're finished.
No, we're not.
Oh, yeah, we are.
How? They're wrong every year. Are we finished?
Yeah, if you're wrong and we...
Oh, so we're not starting the year finished?
And Jerry Jeudy is not Julio Jones.
No, it doesn't have to be Julio Jones.
Well,
just be really good.
He damn sure better be Julio Jones if we're taking him ninth.
Or Michael Thomas or any great receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael
that's
Thomas
the hope. That's correct. I'm not taking him to suck.
No.
And if you take Taven Bryan or Derek Brown, they got to be good too.
I'd rather take...
You're asking that of any player you draft, though.
I'd rather see if, Henry Ruggs is around at 20 and get somebody at 9.
And who would you take at 9 then?
I'd take Derek Brown.
Okay, Derek Brown and Henry
Or
Ruggs.
Isaiah Simmons.
Simmons isn't going to be there by all accounts.
You just said yesterday you saw him
in that one, and now today the two I've seen he's not.
Yeah.
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I've played with these athletic defenders, and it didn't last at all. Didn't have any staying power. If you don't have offense in today's NFL, you can't win. That's a fact.
I understand that.
And we don't have offense. We don't have playmakers. And if they go into the season adding an offensive lineman, and that's the gist of it, then we're going to win. We have no chance. No chance. I don't think. But that's the fun part. That's my GM doesn't come with a salary, but it also doesn't come with a pink slip. So if it doesn't work, we'll do it all next year.
GM Jeff has spoken.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. It's not a decree. I want to try something different, though, Hick. That's as much of this as anything.
What's different about that? I mean, it's not
really.
Yeah, really. It's not different. I mean,
I've looked at every Jaguars draft. I've never seen them do anything like that.
Like what?
Like take.
Oh, you're just saying we're only taking offense.
For the first
different.
4 or 5 rounds, yes. That's what I mean. I am gonna load up that offensive side of the ball with depth and explosiveness as much as I can.
So you're going to have nothing on defense but what we have.
No, I'm going to add a little bit.
Well, where? How?
6th, 7th round.
They don't make the team, Jeff.
Yeah, well, they don't?
No.
And so Avery Jones isn't as good as Taven Bryan? He is. He has been his whole career. And he's 7th round or undrafted, and Taven Bryan's 29th. So sure you can find him there.
Avery Jones wasn't 7th round.
What was he?
Undrafted.
What was Avery Jones?
I don't know.
Pretty sure he was undrafted. I could be wrong. I don't know.
He was an undrafted free agent.
Okay, so in 2000, you say they never done anything like this. Jalen Ramsey, Miles Jack, Yannick Ngakoue, Sheldon Day, Tyrone Holmes, all defensive guys.
Yeah, and we've won 11 games.
Well, I mean, that's you said they never done anything.
I mean, offensively is what I meant. I'm sorry. I'm saying offensively.
All right.
Defense, I'm tired. Since Jack Del Rio, Hick, we build defenses. We don't win anything.
Blake Bortles, Marquise Lee, Allen Robinson, Brandon Linder.
Yeah.
That was all off.
There ain't no Jerry Judys or big-time playmakers in that group.
Did I just hear Ryan O'Halloran?
Huh? They didn't hear. Yeah, you're not hearing anybody who was thought before the draft to be anything special on that list you gave me. I'm at least taking guys that are thought to be special. That guys are saying things unique about. No one was saying Marquise Lee's the next anything, or Allen Robinson for that matter. Whereas you can find established people that you respect their football opinion that tell you Jerry Jeudy's the best route runner to come out of college football in X amount of years. So, look, you're not going to do it anyway. So it doesn't matter. I'm just telling you what I do. And this time, I mean it. This time I would. And if it failed, so what? I'm not a GM. I'm doing sports talk radio. I believe that at some point here we got to get good on offense, and we're not going to get good on offense taking 2 defenders in round 1 and a lineman. We're just not.
Do you have any thoughts on before we wrap this 10-minute drill up? And it's gotten quite contentious today. Do you have any thoughts on the New York Knickerbockers' victory over the Houston Rockets?
Yeah, I thought it was very good. Well played. Well played by the Knicks.
What are we doing there?
If you keep winning, you might pick 7th.
That's terrible. That is not one
you're
supposed to go get.
Do you have any thoughts on my team having won 3 in a row and hosting Memphis, trailing by 2 at half and losing by 40? Anything like there you'd like to weigh in on?
Things went south in the second.
I did see something.
Did that ring a bell?
I saw Ja and Trey with a jersey exchange after the game.
Well, that's what's important.
I noticed that somebody pointed out it's like everybody talks about how Trey's too small and he's standing next to Ja, and they're like the same size guy.
Are they? That Ja Morant's pretty good too, isn't he?
I lusted after him in the draft.
Yeah, he's had a good year.
Is he rookie of the year, or is Zion going to get it?
It'll probably be Zion, but Ja's really good.
Ja's really good, right?
Really good.
All right. Good for Ja.
All right. Well, that's a 10-minute drill. We got a lot more to get to today. When we look, yay or nay here on Jan, and how long can the Jags afford to bandy it about? We'll get into that some this morning as now 24 hours later.
Let's do caller number 4, Beef. Tell them what they're getting today.
Caller number 4 right now at 641-1010. Going to take home a pair of tickets to the Celtic Music and Heritage Festival coming up in St. Aug, March 14th and 15th. Also take home some airport parking from our pals over at usapark.net. Call now.